We have raw, honest and personal conversations on this podcast as we explore each person's story, so it contains strong language, sensitive subjects and adult themes.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
This is the Yungblud podcast. Turn up that volume. Happy! So I'm so sorry today. There's going to be no podcast available because we just couldn't pull it together in time. April Fools! I'm joking. My guest this week has had a bit of a tough time of it. Travis is 18 from Staffordshire, absolute legend. His mum is disabled and in the last couple of years he's taken on a much bigger caring role for her. He's really happy to be there to support her, but it can mean sometimes he forgets to look after himself. He's also had a pretty bad time coming out of school and he was bullied for his sexuality, which we know in Camp Yungblud that does not stand and never will. But last year he fell in love with a guy he met at Wetherspoons and he's moved in with him during lockdown. Now his boyfriend gives him all the love, care and cuddle supports that he needs. Here's me and Travis talking about finding love in Wetherspoons. Yo, Travis, man, how are you?
I'm alright, are you?
Dude, I'm buzzing, man. It's good to see you.
I've been running around like a headless chicken, being like all over the place.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. You look sick.
But you do too.
I like your pictures. That's crazy.
You're up there a few times.
I just want to say to you, like, I've read your story, man, and I think you are an absolute legend. I think you're sick. Honestly,
Thank
bro.
you.
I don't know, man. It kind of got me a bit emotional, man. So we might get a bit emotional through
That's
this.
okay. We'll embrace the emotions. Let's do it.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're wicked. I think what you're doing, I think what you've been through and what you kind of come out of the other side so well on is just magic, man. So I'm buzzing.
Thank you.
So you kind of grew up and your mum is disabled, your mum has a disability, and you have cared for your mum a lot.
Yeah.
And you've kind of had to be there and kind of grow up very quickly. What was that like? You know what I'm saying? Kind of growing up, like being a kid doing that.
It was crazy because I always had my big brother's only like 2 years older than me, so we really experienced it at the same time. But it just means that you have to like mature a lot quicker because you have to all these new things come into play and you have to really start to be aware of all these new like aspects of things. So it did force me to grow up and mature a lot quicker as a person. Really, it made me a lot more aware of everything going on.
I can imagine. I bet school was pretty hard. 'Cause you had to kind of come home and then kind of do that and then go to school and then I bet that was hard.
Yeah, the two worlds are really different because especially like I felt like at home I could never because obviously caring for my mum as well, I could never be a naughty child. I was obviously, but like I could never really misbehave. So like at school and everything, I really would I'd go a bit too far. I'd be really like that annoying kid. I wouldn't shut up and everything, but because I really didn't do much of that at home, I guess.
Do you know what? It's kind of weird. I do not know or understand anything like kind of what you went through because I was like, my parents were not disabled, but I found that at home as well because I kind of came from a lot of my household was pretty aggressive, man. Do you know what I mean? It was a pretty aggressive thing, so I kind of had to be a bit of an adult as well and be on guard for my sisters and all that stuff. So I was bad in school like that. You know what I'm saying? So I relate heavy to that. I think when you can't just be and exist at home,
it transfers over to
you've got to everyone's got to explode, man. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's just got to get it out somehow. So did it kind of affect your mental health a lot, do you think?
Yeah, I went through, especially like when it got to high school, I would go into like some really dark places in my head and everything. It'd get upsetting because I knew that I'd go home to something that wasn't normal, if you will. Like it wasn't like just a conventional household. So
100%.
So it was crazy because obviously then being in high school when it's like the social high point of your life, everyone's talking about their lives and everything, and it was like, oh, mine's not like that. What's going on? And it was crazy. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of sick to see kind of you here and you look like positive and you look happy and you like come out of the sky. You know what I'm saying? Because you came out as gay and it was a bad coming out in school, right? It was a bit of a rough one.
It was,
which I relate to heavy, man, because I was always very feminine and my sexuality I never, you know what I'm saying? I just was. All my
exactly.
Life. Where I'm from, it was hard because people were like, well, what are you? Are you puff or not? I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Depends how many pints of lager I've had and how close you got to me, darling.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, you had a bit of a hard one. What happened?
So when I was, especially when I decided to realise what my sexuality was and what that entailed, there was a lad who was my age, and especially at that age when it's all right kickstarting, you think you have to have it. Like I have to have that person in my life. So I had everything put onto him, and I told him everything, and he ended up getting blackmailed into sending some stuff for myself, and then he went around the entire school, and my entire high school was ruined. But it was my own fault, obviously. But like at that age, I really didn't put two and two together. But when that all kicked off, obviously ended up with an investigation, and I ended up having to come out to my mum. It was horrible. It was dead bad because I was crying my eyes out, and it wasn't a situation that needed me to come out in either.
That's so hard because I think it's such a massive part of your life. And like, this is who I am, and then someone's going, "Oh yeah, sorry, that's not relevant right now. What happened here?" You're like, do you just know what I just said to you? Like, I'm actually revealed it. How was your mum with that news? How was your friends or your family?
Well, they were all completely accepting with it. I've been trying to get my mum to ask if I was gay for like 2 months prior. Like if there was a boy on the TV, I'd stand in front of the TV an extra 30 seconds like, "Mum, I'm looking at this boy on telly." But she never asked. She never did. And then I was crying my eyes out on the sofa, and I was like, "Mum, I'm not gay. I'm gay, I am." And she was like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "Well, you could have bloody asked. So I've been trying my hardest. You could have just asked." And she was like, "Yeah, I know." And then she told me dad, and my dad was fine with it. And my brother was fine with it. So everyone's really supportive of who I am and everything. It's just, I guess the timing of actually coming out was the worst.
Dude, yeah, it's always just mad, isn't it? I think it's just like every time just like feels like the world just piles on top of you, and you're just like, "All right, this is it. This is who I am."
Here we go.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you've dealt with a lot on your own. And I think that's kind of. I feel you, man. Like people think I'm crazy, man, because I feel people's energy, man, deep. I think that's why I can do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I think and that's why I think we're all so connected, because we feel each other. This fan base fundamentally feels each other, and I feel like you've gone through a lot of stuff on your own. I think that's kind of. I feel like you're quite strong. You know what I mean? I don't think you're very easily broken. Do you know what I mean?
I do try.
I always say that. I think if you are out there going through anything, man, honestly, if you get caught, scar tissue heals back stronger. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So if you are out there and going through it, it will get better. Because, leading on to that, you met a fella, you met your boyfriend, right? And
I met my boyfriend, finally. He's gone off, he's showing off his new car today to everyone.
I love it. That's so, how'd you meet him?
Well, he met in Spoons, I was drunk, and he was with someone who I knew. So I was like, I hugged the person that I knew, and then he was there next to him. I was like, "Do you want a hug as well?" And he was like, "Yeah, okay." And then he messaged me on good old Grindr a couple of weeks later. I was like, Grindr. I think I saw you in Spoons the other week. And I was like, "Did ya?" And then we spoke for about 3 months, and then met, and then just hit it off from there. And it's 8 months this month.
Oh, dude, I love that, man. That do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Just like through all the bullshit, comes the light, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
I've had some crap lads in my life as well. So like having this one that finally treats me with like respect, and like the respect that I now know that I deserve. Yeah, it's so rewarding, and it's so and it really makes me just like an even better person.
Dude, that's so. I think that's it. I think when you kind of find a partner, or when you find someone you kind of want to, I don't know, spend a lot of time with. It doesn't have to be forever just yet, but when you kind of figure that out, it's like. It's just a magical thing, man, because I think relationships are definitely a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
Having a support system now, is that amazing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got me and after mum and dad split and we moved out, I've become even closer to my mum than I ever did. Then obviously I've got my boyfriend, and then after leaving school, me and my best friend, I've been best friends for like 6 years now, me and her are ridiculously close, because I think we're both on such a neutral, like, understanding of each other. Like, we're this neutral path in life, so we just understand things on such like a deep level, and that bounces off each other. So like those three people, and then obviously all my family as well, but like those three people I've got are just like top tier, like
100%
there for me.
I think that's it. I think like I've been through a lot. Clearly Travis has been through a lot, but once you find your people, man, once you find those people who love you for who you are, and the way you find those people is by being truly yourself.
Yeah.
And you're going to take knocks. You're going to take shit for it, because people loathe freedom. People are intimidated by those who are free because they don't understand it. Their imagination can't comprehend it. But I promise you, even if that person's at the other side of the world and you meet on Twitter or Tinder or Grindr or anything, you know what I'm saying, or Instagram, whatever it is, or at a show, that someone happens to be in that city for 24 hours, you will find people who love you.
They're out there. They're there. They are there.
Absolutely, it really is. There. And that's why Yungblud, that's why I wanted to do it, man. I wanted to just bring people together to find mates and to find a community that we all grow all together, you know?
I think it's absolutely incredible, like, the stuff you do. I really do. I like the way that this whole generation has just been so united by people like you. It's honestly bewildering to me. I think
we do feel pretty united, man. That's what I always say. I have such mad hope for our generation, man. I know it's like because it's such a weird, like, crazy statement to say. That's like, oh, I have hope for my generation. Oh. It's like I actually really fucking do, man. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm so buzzing I got to do this podcast because I get to speak to y'all. Because right now, when I'm at the shows, man, because I drew you a tattoo, right? You know what I'm saying?
You did draw my tattoo.
Can I see it? Can I see it?
You can. It's
Where
just
is it?
here. Just here. You drew this for me.
Oh my, that's so sick.
That is your drawing on my skin.
Man, I love that, man. That is so cool.
Hands down,
but
my
that's
favourite
it, man.
tattoo.
It's like this is replacing for the time being that thing where I'm outside after the shows. I'm always going to be outside after the shows. You know what I mean? I'm like at the end of the year, I'm playing the biggest venues I've ever even imagined. But I'm just going to be outside afterwards because that's just who we are, and that's who we are together, and that's who this community is. Bro, Travis, you're amazing, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
I loved it, man. Have you got anything you want to say to anyone out there, or are you good, or you vibing?
Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't give up. Just keep going, and just be aware of yourself. Be aware of others, but have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time.
I absolutely like. We don't say that enough, man. Do you know what I mean? Have a good time.
Yeah.
Literally, take a breath. I always think that, man. When I'm having a panic attack or a freak out, man, I actually like breathe in and go.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to actually breathe? You know what I mean? It's like a bit of a treat to just like
it feels
check
pretty
in
good,
air.
to be fair, doesn't it?
Mad for it, man. All right, bro. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for talking to me.
Your story's amazing. Give my love to your fella and your mum and all your family.
I will.
And your mate.
I bloody love you. Bloody love you.
Can't wait to have a beer with you. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Never forget to have a good time. Proper good sum up that. Travis, absolute legend, man. If you want any info or support, you can check out BBC Action Line. I can't wait to see you all next week. Make sure you tell everyone you know about this podcast, man, because it's getting really big. I can't believe, like, the statistics, man. Very mathematical. I love you all. See you later.